Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm working on two nightstands that was actually in storage for over 3 years. I actually picked these up one day when I was driving past. We spotted it on the side of the road at a old hotel. They were actually remodeling and getting rid of all of their old furniture. So of course I always started off with deep cleaning the surface of the furniture, which you always want to do to make sure that there's nothing that can adhere to the wood or faux wood, because when it's time to paint it will actually be really blotchy. You want to make sure that it's clean, it's sanded down so that your paint can adhere properly. So with this piece, I decided to do something that was somewhat familiar to me. On my last furniture flip, I did this little enchanted theme with the molds. So I figured why not give it a go on this piece, especially since the front of the nightstand is pretty flat, meaning that when you close it, it's pretty flat. So I felt like this was the perfect piece to repeat the same steps that I did last time. So when you use the molds, you always want to make sure you remove them from the mold before it hardens. Once it's hardened, it has no flexibility, therefore it won't take any shape of the corners or any curves on your furniture. You will only be able to place it on flat surfaces. Right here I had put some wood glue on the back of it using a popsicle stick, and I'm gonna apply some masking tape to help this take the shape that I need and hold it in place without it sliding around until I'm done. With placement, I just basically eyeballed everything. I know I wanted a lot of the bigger flowers around the corners or around the center of the area, and then spread out to the smaller pieces. So that's basically what I did throughout this whole entire process. And I promise you the masking tape comes in handy, especially while you need it to sit or set. That glue that's on the back of it, you want to make sure that you're pushing down firmly, you're making sure it's placed where you need to, and you're using painter's tape or masking tape to just hold it while you work in a different area. I did allow everything to dry for 24 hours before I began to do my priming and painting. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing that was going to fall off or needed to be reglued. I did like the placement of the molds. I did try to make sure they were even on both nightstands, kind of following the same scheme. When it comes to priming my furniture, I always use a foam roller that is lint free and also my shellac based primer. I always use shellac based primer because it does a better job in blocking stains and making sure bleed throughs do not happen. I like it, and I just know for a fact that when I do go over it with paint, it's going to be a great first application. So after priming everything, I was pretty excited about the color I chose. So I did go for chalk paint. However, it was a beautiful light pink, like blushy tones. I thought that was very pretty. I hadn't worked with any thing this color before, so I was pretty excited to get started. So I did take a brush and start going around the mold details just to make sure that it's getting pushed into those cracks and those crevices. And then I started off with my my paint sprayer. This paint sprayer comes in handy. I love this thing. I think I broke it, but we'll figure it out later. But it'd make a process that would normally take you 2 hours. It'd cut down the time to like 45 minutes to an hour. And I think it's very handy. Even if you can't purchase this spray painter, I think even the cheap ones from Amazon would just get you where you need to be much quicker with an even coat. So I did do a total of 3 coats with this pink color, but after the first coat, I did go in and sand everything down. I just want to make sure that there's no bumps or lumps from the paint from the sprayer. I use a very fine, I think I used 180 grit paper there. And when you're working outside, sometimes it's prone to having little small nets or insects stick to your paint. So you want to just make sure you go over everything. You want to make sure you look for little hairs. You want to make sure you look for little ants and little bugs or little flies. And once I did that, I did another coat. And then I finished everything off with a protective layer, my top coat, which is water-based. While I was letting everything dry, I realized I no longer had any more gilding wax. That's what I love to use in situations like this. So I had to use what I had, and what I had was some metallic gold paint. So I figured if I can take it, dip my finger in it, and just rub the top of the molds, it would give me exactly what I'm looking for, the little dimension, the little pizzazz, without going overboard. I did this step to both nightstands, and I really did like the outcome. I just lightly went over everything, the top grooves of it all. I didn't try to be heavy-handed, but I will say, if you're going to do what I just did, the rubber gloves are not going to work, especially not these thin ones. The spray paint will eat through it eventually. I did decide to reuse the original hardware that the nightstands came with. I just gave it a nice little cleaning, and then I used the same metallic gold spray paint and gave it a good coat. I only needed one good coat, and I let it dry completely before I decided to actually attach it to the furniture. So I let everything dry. I didn't want to touch it too much. I just made sure that any bugs didn't attach to it, and I brought it in the house. Now I'm just so excited how this looked. I just want to make sure I attach a before photo so we can both remember how it looked before and what it looks like now. I hope you enjoyed this process. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Huntley's Home. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.